Hi, Virgo. Happy birthday to all of my fellow Virgos. My birthday is going to be, excuse me, in just a little under a week on the 30th, which also happens to be the Pisces full moon this year. So my birthday is going to be very interesting for everybody, not just me. I did do the Pisces full moon reading. So if you'd like to catch that and see how that Pisces full moon is going to be for all of us, it's going to be healing and maybe not so much comfortable, but definitely healing. I say that really about the Pisces full moon every year because it's the end of the summer and we're going through a transformation. We're going through a transition. The Pisces full moon reminds me of the death and rebirth cycle because it's the 12th sign of the zodiac. And then we're going to start with then we're going to start all over again, right? And we're going to have the fall equinoxes coming up next. So it's, it's the ending of things, right? It's like when we celebrate the beginning of the year during Aries season, it's like we're coming to the end of the year with the Pisces full moon during Virgo season. That's how it's always felt to me. I think that some people feel that way when like the Libra new moon comes along, then the new year or the fall kind of starts. But it always feels like summer is over for me when the Pisces full moon hits. So it's been a year, Virgo. It's been a year. And, I feel like we've all had to learn some pretty heavy lessons. I don't think there is not a Virgo that I've spoken to that has gone unscathed this year, that has gone, even Virgo placement, really. Like there's not one Virgo placement, rising, moon, sun, Mercury, Venus, like you name it. I feel like Virgos just had it really, there were just some pretty heavy lessons, some pretty heavy experiences that we had to go through. Before we get started on the reading, real quick, I am still offering 44% off of my offerings on my website. I've got a really cool Akashic records past life clearing journey available. That's 44% off. The tarot reading, the recorded one, is only $55 using the code birthday. So take advantage of that. That code will be available until August 31st. After that, we're going back to regular. But I wanted to offer that to you guys as a birthday present, celebrating my life because, man, getting through this year, first of all, is a reason to celebrate. But also just, everything that I've had that has come towards me in the last 2 years, I guess, getting a terminal cancer prognosis and diagnosis and learning how to navigate that. Like that in itself was almost a full-time job. Like it really was a full-time job. So I'm blessed that I feel great right now. And that's what I can say. Like I feel really good. And I mean, that is what life is about, is to feel good and to be happy and to be joyful. So I pray that we all can gather that for ourselves as we go into this new solar year. Excuse me while I get a little emotional. We've been through it. Like, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. Cheers to all of you. So let's get a surrender card. See what it is we're surrendering for September. I'm doing this reading. I waited till today. I was going to do it yesterday, but I waited until today because it's my lunar return today. So my solar return is in less than a week. And my lunar return was today. So I was like, what a great day. Well, this would be a perfect day to do the Virgo reading. Surrender to success. Oh, this is awesome. I'm so glad this came. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Surrender to, you know what? We haven't received a card like this surrender card in a while. It's been a lot of like surrender to your fear of, change, or the fear of like, there's always like a fear of something, but this one is like surrender. I love that this abundance card showed up for us because I feel like we really deserve it. I did almost forget, if you would like to get a mid-month tarot reading and all of your astrology for your monthly, even if you don't know your rising sign, you can watch it for your sun sign. All of that's on our Patreon. That information is in the description box, as well as the website information is in the description box on how to get that 44% off. Okay. Wow. Whew. I feel like there's a rush. There's either a rush or an argument. Okay. I'm like, how do these cards go? How do these cards go? Okay. All right. So we have the King of Cups was the first card that came out. This kind of feels like your energy. You may also be dealing with a water sign or somebody who's got a whole lot of emotions that are going on right now. But I feel like they're, when we're in our emotional masculine, sometimes that can be, it's like we don't want to show how we really feel to people. I see the King of Cups often as the guy that's having emotions with the doors closed. Like he's still having his emotions, but it makes me also feel that you might not be processing things. You might not be allowing the emotions to like move through you and, process through all of those things. So we have the King of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Lovers. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. Okay. For some of you, it feels like you're building a new foundation for yourself. Like there's a change of events is the way that I want to say it. There's a change of events, and it might be an argument. It might be an argument with a partner. It might be an argument with someone, or you just might feel rushed, like something needs to change. I don't want you to feel like this Knight of Swords feels very, very rushed. I don't want you to feel rushed to get anything done or to get to a certain space or whatever. But this feels like you're ready for something to change. You're ready to feel whole. You're ready for something to change. The reason why I'm saying that is, so the King of Cups is the strong, silent type. He's very emotional, but he's, doesn't really talk about it much. The Knight of Swords is either rushing into something or you're just really combative, kind of argumentative. Like, I don't know if you want to do that during September, especially because it's Mercury retrograde now. Let's not do that. And then the Lovers, for me, yes, it can absolutely have to do with a relationship. Either it's a relationship in your life or one that you would like to have someday. The relationship of, feeling like you guys are aligned and on the same page and working together and a team, and, you feel that really deep connection with each other that kind of can't be broken, like you can go through the darkest and the deepest and the hardest of things, and it just, it's not going to be broken. But I also see the Lovers as becoming whole for yourself. You could also be dealing with a Gemini energy or a Taurus energy as well. But this is about our masculine and feminine energies within us. And it's about recognizing how, yes, life is really, really hard, but how are we reacting? How are we controlling the way that we're reacting? Becoming whole is where you're really able to see the perspective of what everybody's going through because you're not even judging yourself. You know, that's where that wholeness kind of comes from. And I think everybody sort of wants to feel that. They want to feel like there's, how do I want to put this? They want to feel like there's nothing missing in their life, right? And sometimes that's really hard to do. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So the Wheel of Fortune is about a change in fortune, a shift in fortune. And usually it's a positive one. It happens in divine timing. Oh, there's a hair that's just me and my shedding. Usually, you know, this is the Wheel of Fortune is about divine timing, but it's always, we know that there's going to be a shift. Things are going to change. The Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant's very spiritual. And so I feel like this is almost a spiritual foundation that you're starting, or it could even be that you are wanting to like renew something with, you know, a partner. Like if you want to kind of level it up, like you want to level your relationship up. Let's see what the King of Cups is. Well, and okay. So the way that this is going, I really want to clarify all these cards because I want to get the whole story of what's happening here. And it makes sense. It makes sense, Virgo. It makes sense. Okay. For some of you, you are feeling pretty brokenhearted as we're coming into September. And I think for some of you, you're recognizing that you're happily ever after, you know, that you want a happily ever after, right? That's what you want. You want a happily ever after. And I feel like you've been through the struggle of it all. And it's almost as if you're determined to create the happily ever after. We have the Three of Swords on the King of Cups. So whether it's you that is heartbroken coming into September, which I kind of feel like it is, or you feel like, yeah, you feel like there has to be a change, you know, something happened where, you know, like you really know that this cannot continue. You cannot continue to feel the way that you're feeling, especially because Virgos just really don't like to be sad or uncomfortable, you know, like they don't like the feelings of those emotions, those heavy kind of emotions. And the funny thing is I used to push them away, but now I sit with them and I let myself actually feel them. And that makes me feel a lot better. It's not comfortable. I don't like doing it, but I do it anyways, right? And I feel like that's the easiest way to get through things. And it's also the way that we find that resilience. So the Knight of Swords makes me feel like you were really trying to rush to get over a threshold in some way, shape, or form. And the Strength card on the Knight of Swords makes me feel like you've found resilience from this. You're conquering your demons. The Strength card is very much, whenever you look at it, you can see an angel like holding a lion's mouth open, right? So there's that taming the demons inside of us, right? With the Strength card, with the resilience. And I feel like that's what's happened. And you want that wholeness that I was talking about. The Ten of Cups on the Lovers, like you want that, you know, connection with another person that feels whole. You want that connection with yourself that feels whole. That Ten of Cups is kind of like, the happily ever after that you're thinking about, right? And the 10 is a completion too. So you know that when you get to that 10 of cups, you're like, that when you're going to get there, you're just going to have this sigh of relief, right? So there's an ending to one thing so that you can surrender to success. And I feel like success looks different for you now, right? It's not about the material success of what the world wants things to look like. The Fool on the Wheel of Fortune. Something shifted. Something is shifting. And you're starting a whole new beginning in September, it feels like. Starting a whole new process. And you're going to have to take some risks, I feel like, for yourself in order to really get to where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want it to look. This is just the beginning, though. It's just the beginning. The 3 of Pentacles with the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is that Venus and Virgo vibration. It's the being independent and abundant all on your own. But having that independence and abundance all on your own doesn't mean that you can't ask for help, right? The 3 of Pentacles has people, right? You're building a foundation with people. But that's what this feels like. It feels like, for some of you, you might be leaving a job and starting a business for yourself or thinking about it. Like, that might be the heartbreak because, like, as a Virgo myself, like, I have always put my heart into any career that I have ever had and I've ever done. I've always put my heart into it. Fully put my heart into it. And so that might also be what this is. It means for some of you, it's a relationship. For some of you, it's about career. For some of you, it's about moving. I feel like you're ready to move or just move on, right? It could be different for a lot of you, but it's definitely a leveling up. Feels like a really big leveling up in your life. The 8 of Wands on the Hierophant. If you felt like things were stagnant, stuff is really going to start picking up in September in a really big way. And I do think that with the Hierophant that there is this level of even spiritual leveling up that's happening. On the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. So this feels like you're changing your life. And in fact, that might be just what I'm going to call the video. Feels like you're changing your life. It feels like you are ready for a new chapter. And there's guilt in doing it with the 7 of Swords. Right? You feel guilty in some way. The 7 of Swords can often also represent feeling betrayed by somebody else. So either you feel like you're betraying someone or someone else feels like you're betraying them. But this feels right. And sometimes, yes, we have to take accountability for hurting somebody's feelings, but that doesn't mean that we hold ourselves back for them. You're ready for abundance. You're ready for a new chapter. You're ready to change your life and to start something new. I love you guys. I'm excited for this year. I hope saying that means that all the goodness comes to us. Take really good care of yourselves. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.